The food service industry is absolutely massive, a multi-trillion-dollar giant. But hidden inside this huge machine, there's a silent problem, a leak that's quietly draining away profits. So let's dive into this trillion-dollar leak and see why it matters to every single person in the business.
Let's just start with a number that's almost hard to wrap your head around. $4 trillion. That's how much food is consumed in this sector every single year. The potential here is just incredible. But that's only half the story.
Because here's the other half, 28%. This number? This is the average rate of loss across the entire industry. To put it simply, for every $100 spent on supplies, 28 of them just disappear before they ever have a chance to become profit.
So what does that 28% leak actually cost in real money? Well, it's a staggering $1 trillion. A loss so big it's hard to even picture.
Okay, so this $1 trillion figure, that is the leak we're going to break down. But here's the crucial thing you need to understand. It's not the kind of loss you probably think it is.
See, this isn't a typical expense you'd find on your balance sheet. It's something we call ghost revenue. It's the profit you should have made, the income that was supposed to be there, but it just vanishes. Poof, gone before it ever even gets near your cash register.
All right, $1 trillion is a huge, kind of abstract number, right? So let's bring this down to earth. What does this ghost revenue actually mean for your business right now? Let's make this feel real.
I want you to just pause for a second and really picture this. Think about all the invoices you pay to your suppliers each month. Now, imagine taking one out of every 3 of those invoices and just throwing it straight into the garbage. That's the painful reality of a 28% loss rate. Nearly a third of what you buy will never, ever turn into a sale.
So where is all this money actually going? It's not usually from some big, catastrophic event. No, the truth is a lot quieter and, frankly, a lot more dangerous for your business.
It's really death by 1,000 cuts. The money just drips away in dozens of these small, everyday leaks that are so easy to miss. You know, products that expire on the shelf, those frustratingly inaccurate inventory counts, making just a little too much food, or tiny inconsistencies in portion sizes. Each one feels like a small drop, but trust me, together they create a massive flood of lost revenue.
So if this problem is so big, why isn't the typical approach working? Well, the best way to explain it is with a classic metaphor, the leaky bucket problem.
Here's the core idea. Trying to drive more sales without first controlling your waste is exactly like trying to carry water in a bucket with a hole in it. You can keep working harder and harder to pour more water in, but most of it just spills out the bottom before you get anywhere. In this slide, this is what it looks like in the real world. You pour more money into marketing, you launch new promotions, you push your team to go faster and faster. All of this is just you trying to fill the bucket faster, right? But if that hole is still there, it doesn't matter how hard you work. You just get exhausted and your profits keep leaking all over the floor.
So what's the alternative? What should you be doing instead? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, and it is incredibly powerful. It's all about choosing the smart way over the hard way.
Let's just compare the two paths side by side. On one hand, you have the hard way. Trying to increase sales, that requires a bigger marketing budget, more effort from your team, and it just drains your time and energy. Then you have the smart way. Just reduce the waste you already have. This works with the revenue you're already generating. It has an immediate impact on your bottom line, and the best part? It requires 0 extra marketing spend.
And this brings us to what might be the single most important takeaway from this entire explainer. Good cost management isn't just a nice-to-have. It is often far more valuable than creating new revenue. It is the most guaranteed way to increase your profit without spending another dime to do it. So as we wrap up, let's just take a step back and remember the fundamental thing every business needs to focus on. What is the actual end goal here?
You've probably heard this before, but it's one of the truest rules in business. High revenue is great, of course. It's flashy. But at the end of the day, the one thing that keeps a company alive, that allows it to grow and to breathe, is profit. And always remember, profit isn't just about how much money you bring in the door. The real key to sustainable success is about how much of that money you're able to hold on to. And it all starts with not losing the revenue you already have a right to earn.
So I want to leave you with a single question to really think about. Take an honest look at your own operations. What silent leaks are hiding in your bucket, quietly draining your profits every single day, maybe without you even noticing?
I really hope this explainer helps you find and plug those leaks in your own bucket. Thanks for watching.